Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash, double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, Akamite, that push this word in truth and in sincerity. I'm gonna have to share a dream that I had. You know, it was quite vivid and real, and in my dream, I felt like a sense of dread and being afraid. But a calming spirit came over me, and I was no longer afraid. And in this dream, me and the brother Shamar was on the highway. I don't know exactly where we was going. We was on the highway. We was traveling, and all of a sudden we ran into a big traffic jam, northbound and southbound. We was headed northbound, and the southbound traffic was just as jammed up as the northbound traffic. And we was wondering why, but the spirit had it whereas we was still by the exit where we was able to get off, and all of a sudden it appeared a helicopter hovering, a military helicopter hovering in the middle on both sides. On the southern part of the traffic and the northern part, it was hovering up in the air, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then we saw like Humvees driving on the side of the road, making sure nobody do nothing funny. But we stood by the exit, so the brother Shamar just kind of backed up a little bit and exited off the highway, because a lot of people was doing the same thing. When they say it's doing, they started doing the same thing, because there was military personnel on the highway doing checks, a checkpoint, I guess it was. But we didn't stay around to find out what they were doing. I guess they was checking license and registrations, and it was a checkpoint. I don't know what they were doing, but we both kind of got nervous. And we came to the conclusion that it was best that we get off the highway, because we was, like I said, we was right by the exit. And you had military personnel on foot, and they had German shepherds, and they were just walking from car to car, and the dogs, and they had some people out of the cars, and people was laying on the ground. They were searching their vehicles. There was a lot of activity going on from the military. There was no NYPD. There was no state troopers. It was the straight up military with high position rifles and military power they had. They were the military. And like I said, it was so real that in my dream I was like scared. Then that calm came over me, and we was able to think. And we're approaching 2024. Only the Lord knows what's in store for people in this world in 2024. That's basically most of the dream that I remembered, because once we got off the highway, we didn't go home. We didn't go to our particular, we don't know if we was being followed, but we got the hell out of Dodge. And once we got off the highway and we got off that exit, it was military personnel in the streets. Humvees driving back and forth on the streets, on regular streets, in neighborhoods where you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans dwell. Stopping cars, some that's rolling by in the Humvees. They had these things, they call MRAPs. It was a scary scene. And we was like, oh shit. Like I said, fear and dread will come upon you, because we human. But That's basically all I can remember of the dream. Because after that, I woke up. I remember seeing, when we got off the highway, Humvees just driving up and down the neighborhoods, military personnel on foot. They were stopping cars. They had them dogs. So we knew that we was in a time where it was not looking good for a lot of people. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And we're in that latter time, and there's a lot of proud-filled niggas and a lot of proud-filled women out there, and pride comes before a fall. And a lot of people are proud. We know Esau is the proud, but you got a lot of proud jakes out there as well. When I'm talking about you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And in that time, it was a lot of chaos. The streets was damn near empty, but the people that was on the streets, they was being stopped. So that's martial law in my eyes. Then I woke up. So immediately what I did was I started writing down what I could remember of my dream. And these are the times we living in. These are the times that we are to expect the Lord to allow these devils to show their horns. They show their horns, and they definitely going to show their horns. And that's going to be the anger of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, on the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Israelites that know that they're Israelites, but they ain't right, calling on other names, eating pork, doing all kind of manner of wickedness. But you know you're an Israelite. Eating pork in the name of Yahweh, white Yahweh Shah. The Lord gonna deal with a lot of you people out there, man. You can't even get mad. You can't get mad at that dude. That dude's a reprobate, eating pork. You can't get mad at these men out here that's not calling on the proper names of Yahweh, white Yahweh Shah. But meanwhile, they saying put some respect on the bishop's name. You can't make this up. Unbelievable. So back to the scriptures. It says, back in 2nd Ezra 8 and 50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And what's the part of them great miseries that's coming? What's them great miseries that's coming? This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who's going to be saved out of it? The elect of the sons of Israel, the 144,000, the first fruits that's joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. It says, for it shall come to pass, and that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them, which is King Marshall. We're approaching that time. The great miseries is coming, and how are we going to be saved out of it? We're going to go to real quick. Because the Lord will give certain men spiritual power. When Esau come in with his military might to destroy the Lord's elect, to destroy 2/3 you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, when they come try to touch the Lord's elect, the Lord's going to break them. And how is he going to do that? Let's get the scriptures real quick. This is Isaiah chapter 59, and what we going to start at? The 19th verse, and it reads, okay, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. And that flood is them Gurkha troops, them UN troops, the National Guard. When they come down hard bringing martial law, when the military takes over the government, there's going to be a lot of atrocities being committed, a lot of people getting put to death, carted off to concentration camps. A lot of people's going to get put to death in that time, man. It's going to be real hectic out here. And real scary. It says, let's read it again. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So should they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, them Gurkha troops, them UN troops. The Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. That's that spiritual power. That's that spiritual power. And we're gonna do, and those who receive that spiritual power is gonna be fucking Esau up. The so-called white man gonna be busting his ass. Whereas you may have one man beat the shit out of 1,000 of them Gurkha troops, them UN troops. You may have 2 men put the flight a legion of 5,000 men. And that could happen. When the Lord put that spiritual power, put that spirit on that man, or whoever he's going to put that spiritual power, give him spiritual power to, they're going to be able to do much damage. It says, verse 20, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, unto them that turn from transgression. Let me read that again, Salakia. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. My spirit shall be upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, that seed, saith the Lord, from henceforth and forever. So the elect always has been preserved to be delivered out of this madness. Because that's what's coming. Death and destruction and madness. See? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another people, and another, and with swords in their hands. That's that race riot, class of civilizations. That sedition among men. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. That sedition is an uprising against a monarch or a government. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They ain't gonna regard what the president have to say, what their governors, the mayors, the chancellors, whoever the hell there is an uprising against. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. They're going to do what the hell they got to do. A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. Why? Because it's going to be military Humvees. It's going to be helicopters hovering over, like exactly in that dream what I saw. There's no escaping the judgments of the Lord. That dream felt so real because even when I woke up, I had a little dreaded feeling in my body. When I woke up, I was like, oh, shit. It's going to get real out here, man. It says, a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. For because of their pride, there's that pride again, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Why they're going to be afraid? Because there's going to be a lot of death and destruction, a lot of chaos in the streets. So if men going to be afraid, what about these women? What about these women? A lot of you people are going to be taken, and in a great number. Just like it reads in 2 Ezra 5:1. A lot of you people are going to be taken in a great number, man. So it reads, it says, Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh, I will gather. Let me see. Now I'm going to jump down. Salakia. It says, matter of fact, I'm going to go to 2 Ezra, the 16th chapter, the 68th verse. For behold, it says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. And that burning wrath from that great multitude is Esau's military, Interpol, the UN troops, the National Guard. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you, being idle, being in them concentration camps, with things offered unto idols. You already know what that is, that charagma. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in a reproach, and shall be trodden underfoot. Because once you agree to take that charagma, that's your ass, pursuant to Revelation, the 14th chapter, the 8th verse on down. There's no remedy for that. There's no coming back. It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord Yahweh by Yahweh Shah. And that's what I saw in my dream. People was on the land, people was lying on the floor, getting arrested. You had buses that was out there. And I can imagine that they was leading people away to concentration camps. And how they was doing it? By these buses. MTA buses. Them yellow large school buses. That's what I saw. It says, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So a lot of people are going to get put to death, man. A lot of people are going to get put to death. A lot of people. They're going to suffer. Yep. It says, verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their house by tossing them in concentration camps. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Because the chosen of the Lord is going to survive this whole ordeal. The whole ordeal that's going down, that's going to go down, the Lord's elect is going to survive. But when you go to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, it tells you what's going to happen to the 2/3. And what's going to happen to the elect. That remnant. Let's get that real quick. Okay. This is Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land of America, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That's the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans who were gangbangers, who were scoffers, who were scorners, who like to commit adultery, worshiping idols, and any other manner of wickedness and madness that you was doing. It says, and it shall come to pass in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 1/3 shall be left therein. The 1/3 is the 1/3, 144,000. And I will bring them, and I will bring the 1/3 part through the fire. We're gonna be tried. If I'm part of the elect, the elect is gonna be tried. You better believe it. Everybody gonna go do that trial. It says, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, the Lord is my power. The Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai is my God or my power. So 2/3 is going to get fucked up. But the good thing is, you're going to come back through the elect that make it in the kingdom. All Israel is going to be saved. But 2 parts got to be put to death. They got to be deleted because they fucked up. Jake is bugged out. So I just wanted to share my dream with y'all, with the Akim out there, and hopefully it was edifying. Hopefully I wasn't rambling, and stay prayed up because we headed for a bumpy year. 2024 is gonna be crazy. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.